When Zarathustra said this, the dying man answered no more, but he moved his hand as if he sought Zarathustra's hand in thanks. Meanwhile the evening came. Synopsis number 7. Meanwhile the evening came. I don't know if synopsis is the right word. Paragraph section? Sections? Okay, the evening came and the marketplace hid in darkness. Then the people scattered, for even curiosity and terror grow wary. But Zarathustra sat on the ground near the dead man, and he was lost in thought, forgetting the time. At last night came, and a cold wind blew over the lonely one. Then Zarathustra rose and said to his heart, "Verily, it is a beautiful catch of fish that Zarathustra has brought in today. Not a man has he caught, but a corpse. Human existence is uncanny and still without meaning. A jester can become man's fatality. I will teach men the meaning of their existence, the overman, the lightning out of the dark cloud of man. But I am still far from them, and my sense does not speak to their senses. To men I am still the mean between a fool and a corpse." Then Zarathustra says, "Dark is the night, dark are Zarathustra's ways. Come, cold, stiff companion, I shall carry you where I may bury you with my own hands." Synopsis section number 8. When Zarathustra had said this to his heart, he hoisted the corpse on his back and started on his way. And he had not taken him 100 steps when a man sneaked up to him and whispered in his ear. And behold, it was the jester from the tower. Sneaks up and whispers in his ear in the night as he carries a corpse on his back. "Go away from this town, Zarathustra. There are too many here who hate you. You are hated by the good and the just, and they call you their enemy and despiser. You are hated by the believers in the true faith, and they call you the danger of the multitude. It was your good fortune that you were laughed at, and verily you talked like a jester. It was your good fortune that you stooped to the dead dog. When you lowered yourself so far, you saved your own life for today. But go away from this town, or tomorrow I shall leap over you, and one living over one dead." And when he had said this, the man vanished, but Zarathustra went on through the dark lanes. At the gate of the town he met the grave diggers. They shone their torches in his face, recognized Zarathustra, and mocked him. "Zarathustra carries off the dead dog. How nice that Zarathustra has become a grave digger, for our hands are too clean for this roast. Would Zarathustra steal this bite from the devil? Well then, we wish you a good meal. If only the devil were not a better thief than Zarathustra. He will steal them both, he will gobble up both." And they laughed and put their heads together. I always liked that line. They laughed and put their heads together. Zarathustra never said a word, and went his way. When he had walked 2 hours, past forests and swamps, he heard so much of the hungry howling of the wolves that he himself felt hungry. So he stopped at a lonely house in which a light was burning. Zarathustra says, "Like a robber, hunger overtakes me. In forests and swamps my hunger overtakes me, and in the deep of night my hunger is certainly capricious. Often it comes to me only after a meal, and today it did not come all day. Where could it have been?" And at that Zarathustra knocked at the door of the house. An old man appeared carrying the light and asked, "Who is it that comes to me and to my bad sleep?" "A living and a dead man," said Zarathustra. "Give me something to eat and to drink. I forgot about it during the day. He who feeds the hungry refreshes his own soul. Thus speaks wisdom." So he didn't say it's your Christian duty or something like that. He said it's for your own good. The old man went away, but returned shortly and offered Zarathustra bread and wine. "This is an evil region for the hungry," he said. "That is why I live here. Beast and man come to me, the hermit. But bid your companion too eat and drink. He is warier than you are." Zarathustra replied, "My companion is dead. I should hardly be able to persuade him." "I don't care," said the old man peevishly. "Whoever knocks at my door must also take what I offer. Eat and be off." Thereupon Zarathustra walked another 2 hours, trusting the path and the light of the stars, for he was used to walking at night, and he liked to look in the face of all that slept. But when the dawn came, Zarathustra found himself in a deep forest, and he did not see a path anywhere. So he laid the dead man into a hollow tree, for he wanted to protect him from the wolves. And he himself lay down on the ground and the moss, his head under the tree. And soon he fell asleep, his body weary, but his soul unmoved. Section 9. For a long time Zarathustra slept, and not only dawn passed over his face, but the morning too. At last, however, his eyes opened. Amazed, Zarathustra looked into the woods and the silence. Amazed, he looked into himself. Then he rose quickly, like a seafarer who suddenly sees land, and jubilated, for he saw a new truth, and thus he spoke to his heart. Quote, Zarathustra to his heart. An insight has come to me. Companions I need, living ones, not dead companions and corpses whom I carry with myself wherever I want to. So he's carrying the guy out of loneliness. Living companions I need who follow me because they want to follow themselves wherever I want. An insight has come to me. Let Zarathustra speak not to the people, but to companions. Zarathustra shall not become the shepherd and dog of a herd. So he wants equals. To lure many away from the herd, for that I have come. The people and the herd shall be angry with me. Zarathustra wants to be called a robber by the shepherds. The people who just go around keeping the flock in check, they say, ah, robber, destroyer. He likes that. Shepherds, I say, but they call themselves the good and the just. Shepherds, I say, but they call themselves believers in the true faith. Behold the good and the just. What do they hate most? The man who breaks their tables of values, the breaker, the lawbreaker. Yet he is the creator. Aha! Pause for a moment from the text there. The man who breaks the tables of values is the creator, right? Anything you can name, from Prometheus being tied to the rock let's see, what did they fight against? Anesthesia was fought against because God, the lightning rod was fought against because God wanted to hurt people during surgery and wanted to blow people's houses up. And the people who step beyond the old values are some sort of destroyer or nihilist towards a better and newer end. So he says the lawbreaker is the creator, and that's who these people dislike. Now, to a certain extent, you have to have all those people, or you couldn't have society. You have to have those people who won't break and bend laws and stuff, the sticklers. You've got to have a bunch of them to make society run. But then you've got to have one or two guys once in a while that's able to say, I'm throwing out the lot of it. I don't care for any of it. We need a new system. And, I don't care if you don't like computers. I'm going to start selling them really cheap, and they're going to be everywhere, and you're going to have to learn to use them. That was like the early 80s and all that stuff. Or late 80s, maybe. Anyways, let's get back to the text. Behold the believers of all faiths. Whom do they hate most? The man who breaks their tables of values. The breaker, the lawbreaker, yet he is the creator. Almost exact repetition there. I guess in the original German, the poeticness of the lines might lend something to it, but it's just repetitive when he does that here. Companions the Creator seeks, not corpses. Companions, not herds and believers. Fellow creators the Creator seeks, those who write new values on new tablets. See, he's not against having values on tablets. He just says we've got to break them once in a while. We do have to be in favor of starting over from time to time. Companions the Creator seeks, and fellow harvesters. For everything about him is ripe for the harvest. But he lacks 100 sickles, so he plucks ears and is annoyed. He doesn't have the right equipment. Companions the Creator seeks, and such as know how to whet their sickles. Destroyers they will be called, and despisers of good and evil, but they are the harvest.